So in my mind, too hard around mile 3, you stop. You did good. You can go get you a Pepsi now or whatever. You can go kick it. You don't have to keep running. But there's some people who are built different. There's some people who say, no, mile 3 is just the beginning. Yeah, of course it's going to be painful, but the reward of crossing the finish line is worth it. I can't stop. Yeah, I'm a little injured, but I got to keep going. And that's a mindset. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? That's a mind. It's just like getting through school. People who really feel like they have to graduate are going to have a higher tolerance level for discomfort than people who think school is optional. Right? People who never saw anybody graduate are typically not going to stick it out for the whole 4 or 5 years. But people who feel like you have to finish school are going to think different. So I would just say, generally, I think when you talk about equally yoked, right? In church, they always talk about people that are equally yoked. And it's weird to me because they always talk about some biblical stuff. Like, do you go to church? I think that whether or not somebody goes to church, as we see in our community, whether or not somebody goes to church every Sunday is a very poor indicator of the quality of the character of that human being. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you understand what I'm saying. Going to church every Sunday and stamping your little get in heaven card every week with some pastor who's teaching you how to twerk and vote for the Democrats and give them all your money or whatever, like that's not really, in my view, something that says someone is a quality human being, right? I would say equally yoked is more of a spiritual concept. It kind of says, and it also isn't just spiritual, but it's also about mindset. It's also about alignment in objectives. Like, okay, are you a person who really values what we're about to do here? Like, if I'm a man and I have a baby with you, do you value the role of the father in the life of the child? Or are you a person who thinks daddies are optional? If you're a person who thinks daddies are optional, then you can't carry my seed because I'm a king, and you can't carry the king's seed if you might abort the king's child. Like, we're not doing it, or kick the king out of the child's life. We're not doing that. And that goes back to my self-esteem. And the idea that this monkey shit culture convinces you as a man to go pop your seed in anything with a big booty, that right there just speaks to the depths to which they've taught you how to behave like a grown-up version of a first grader. I mean, little children do that. Little children, you give them candy, they're going to eat the candy because they don't care what's in it. You can put poison, you can put crack and rat poison in the candy, and if it tastes good, children will eat the candy. But a conscious, intelligent man who has evolved is going to say, well, wait a minute, what's in this? What are the long-term implications of me eating this candy? What are the ingredients? I need to see the ingredients. So my thought would be that applies also to the investments you make in human beings. What are the ingredients of this person? Yeah, she's cute on the outside, but what kind of human being is she? What kind of mother is she going to be? What kind of person is she going to add value to my life? Is this somebody worth me giving up the option that I have to be free? And again, this goes back to options. We start off talking about options and stock options and life options. So when somebody gives up an option, there should be compensation for that. So I would almost say that being very deliberate and intentional and conscious about the quality and the caliber of people you let into your space is something that isn't discussed at all. And it's leading to horrible investments by people. And people, you scroll up and down Instagram and all you hear is men complaining about women complaining about men, women complaining that their baby daddy abused them. So now they're officially in the victim club. And then men complaining that women don't do this and women don't do that. And I personally think that means that they haven't taken the time to learn discernment. That's the honest to God truth. But anyway, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Next week, I'm going to start back with Money in the Morning. It's a free financial consciousness training that we do every morning, 7 days a week. If you'd like to join, you can just text the word morning to 87948, and I will send you an invitation. So just text morning to 87948. And also, we have a person named Aisha Verzi with the Black Business School who can actually meet with you if you want to set financial goals for yourself, look at things like insurance and other things like that. I believe every intelligent person should have these things in place. You can go to drboyceoffers.com, and Aisha's phone number is at the bottom of the page. Tell her that I sent you, and you could call her and talk to her directly about whatever you're trying to do financially. And she's a good friend of mine, and I respect her immensely. So feel free to go to drboyceoffers.com. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let me read the next comment. This comment comes from Hiru Ofori Ata. And the question was, why are so many people not getting married? He says, Because in marriage, in America, he says in America, so he's coming from an African perspective. He says marriage for men is by and large an adhesion contract where women get rewarded and then they get incentivized to leave. This is why 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Would you enter a contract where the other party gets rewarded for breaking said contract? Okay, that's interesting. But a lot of these comments I'm noticing came from men. That's very interesting. Another one says, another brother, I wake up, Wavy says, bad economy and marriage is a business. I do agree that marriage is a business. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. The whole wedding and divorce industries are ways that they make money. You know, a capitalist system is going to find a way to make money on the way in the door and on the way out the door. So they're going to make make money when you decide to form your union. They're going to make money when you decide to break your union. So one of the things that that industry does is they understand the emotions behind these decisions to form these relationships with other people. So De Beers, the diamond company, for example, ran a very famous campaign that you probably heard of called Diamonds Are Forever. Give me a yes if you've heard that campaign. So, you know, diamonds are forever and ever and ever. And so what they did with this campaign was they basically persuaded millions of Americans that if you love somebody, if you love a woman, you're going to buy her a diamond. And they persuaded the women. They said, if a man really cares about you, then he's going to buy you a diamond.